Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk today about the U.S. soldiers that are in the Philippines. They're combating ISIS in the Philippines as well. At least according to news sources, CNN, the American embassy in the Philippines did say that U.S. soldiers were over there in Marwi and Mindanao, but they couldn't elaborate any more than that. To be honest with you, I didn't like that they were able to elaborate like that, and I also didn't like that they were able to say that the special forces there, but we don't know what exactly the special forces are doing. And I don't think that needs to be mentioned to the public until the mission gets accomplished. But God bless the U.S. soldiers for doing what they're doing. The time that they came to this was very coincidental to when the ISIS sympathizers slaughtered and killed 13 Philippine Marines. That shows you that in spite of Duterte, the U.S.-Philippine alliance is intact, and the Philippines are blood brothers. They're not our little brown brother. They're our blood brothers. Big difference. And I personally don't think the Philippines were our little brown brothers. And let me explain by that. I don't like that term. Most Americans don't feel that way towards Filipinos. I don't think they're racially superior to them or ethnically superior to them. That I can say for sure. Here's the deal as to what's going on, okay? It's not because our soldiers are white and African American that we're there. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with Filipinos are not genetically inferior to my people or to the African Americans. That's not it. What happened was Duterte had spent too much time on his war on drugs. And I'm not talking about just going after drug dealers. He went after a lot of innocent people too and a lot of political opponents, and he used the drug war as a facade. There were drug dealers he did go after, but he didn't ignore the ISIS threat, but it was a low priority compared to the drug war. And so they're in this mess in Marwi right now because Duterte was focused too much on his drug war, and he was using his drug war to extend his presidential powers beyond what the Philippine Constitution says. And he wants to become dictator like Ferdinand Marcos, and then he used this drug war to ban smoking in the Philippines. He used it for a lot of other dictatorial orders. And because of that, Abu Sayyaf was able to develop more in Mindanao. Now, there were some good things that he did. Duterte bought some jets from the South Korean Air Force, and those jets were used against ISIS, this is according to news sources. And that was a good move. I'm not saying that at all. But it was low on priority compared to the drug war, and it wasn't just a drug war; it was a political war and a political tear that Duterte was on. And I find it funny and ironic that he's having to turn to a group that he professes to hate, that he professes to not like, that he professes to say damaged Mindanao. Now he's turning to them for help. See the irony in this? He blames the Americans for what happened in the southern Philippines over 100 years ago, which it wasn't all the Americans. A lot of the Americans helped that area a lot. But now he's having to turn to them because he can't handle it himself. You know, Duterte was wrong to criticize the U.S. the way he did. It was, freedom of speech, his right to do that, but his opinions were wrong. And this just shows you how funny and how ironic this situation is. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.